Prizes have a long history of spurring innovations. As far back as 1714, the British government offered the Longitude Prize, £20,000 for a practical method of determining a ship's longitude. In 1795, Napoleon offered 12,000 francs for a better way to preserve food to feed his invading armies. But perhaps the best-known prizes have been in aviation. The British Daily Mail offered £1,000 for the first flight across the English Channel in 1909. And of course, there was the celebrated Orteig Prize. $25,000 went to Charles Lindbergh for the first solo flight across the Atlantic in 1927. Prizes are a way to draw innovators from around the world to attack problems they might not otherwise be focused on, essentially crowdsourcing innovation. But more importantly, a prize leverages the original investment into many multiples of the award money, and it's only paid out for success. So it's only natural that the prize model would eventually be applied to accelerate innovation and discovery in medical research. Here's some noteworthy examples in the medical field, in the words of the groups offering the prize.
The Qualcomm Tricorder X Prize is a $10 million competition to create a portable wireless device that monitors and diagnoses your health conditions, putting healthcare in the palm of your hand.
The Sanford Lorraine Cross Award brings to light the medical crusaders of today, who are following in the footsteps of those who came before. The rule breakers, nonconformists, mavericks, and innovators. Those whose passion for transformative change could not be contained. So now we make history by finding those whose eye is on the future of medicine and daring enough to make it come to life.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our panelists who know a thing or two about accelerating innovation and discovery via prizes and competitions. Please welcome to my immediate right, Dr. David A. Pierce, in the Cardinals seat, Micah Aberson, and to his right, Dr. Peter Diamandis. So let's start out here, guys. Micah, tell me first, what inspired this Lorraine Cross? And just so it's clear to people, maybe you should tell us, because when I first heard it, I said, who is Lorraine Cross anyway?
Sure,
That's
great
not
question.
what it's about. Tell me what that really is.
So the Lorraine Cross is a symbol that's become synonymous with Sanford Health. We find it woven into the logo for our organization. It's really embedded into our brand. It's a symbol that goes back generations, centuries, to medieval times, but also is consistent with healthcare across the country. It came over domestically into the United States as a part of tuberculosis hospitals and sat atop as sort of a beacon for hope, health, and healing. And we've adopted that, and consistent with that image, the Lorraine Cross being part of who Sanford Health is, we've named this the Sanford Lorraine Cross Award, which really finds its position and its inspiration on the shoulders of giants, the giants you've seen in the video, giants like the Nobel Prize. But more specific to Sanford, we suffer from a terrible disorder within our organization. It's one that we each sort of uniquely carry as individuals, but it's also one that pervades our organizational DNA, and that's a disorder of impatience, incredible impatience, that things don't move fast enough, that no matter how fast they move, it's not fast enough. Coupled with that impatience is a notion, sort of a rallying cry for our organization, which is all built on the idea of finishing, to get something done, to get it across the finish line. That it's one thing to take something 70% of the way, but a unique individual is one that pushes all the way in and gets to that 100% mark. And so it's the combination of sort of this idea of our impatience coupled with the notion of finishing things that inspired the Sanford Lorraine Cross Award. We got together with our international board, who's represented here and will ultimately be the body that decides the winner. We're working actively now with a group of philanthropists who are rallying together to create an endowment that'll sustain the award. in perpetuity. And on a biannual basis, starting in December of 2018, we're going to be awarding $1 million to somebody who has seen and experienced a significant breakthrough, who's finished something. It's not a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's not an award to celebrate the end of one's career or to celebrate the publishing in academic journals. It's for something that's actually been done, for a maverick, a pioneer, somebody who, when needed, pushes through barriers to get the job done. Someone like Dr. Maurice Hillman, who wasn't always politically correct. He was a microbiologist, a vaccinologist, but somebody that got something done. And as a father of 2 little girls back home in South Dakota, I don't have to worry tonight that they're going to suffer from mumps or the measles because of what Maurice Hillman got done. And so it's that type of individual that we intend to celebrate with the Sanford Lorraine Cross Award.
And it's more for an individual as opposed to a problem or an accomplishment, if you will, or saying this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, it will ultimately go to an individual, but the way in which we're sourcing potential nominees for the award is actually starting with the problem that's being solved and focusing first on what are the advancements, what are the accomplishments that are being solved and being pursued. Dr. Pierce has assembled a great panel of scientific experts, some of whom are here, that are going to help advise us in this process and ultimately help us to get to a point where we can pivot from what's been solved, what's been accomplished, what's been finished, and then look at the individual that is chiefly responsible for that development.
Got it.